Same concept here. Avraham Avinu is there. The bushes are there. The goat or the ram is there. He gets caught. That's already there. He just didn't see it. When is he able to see it? After HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, Ata yadati ki yireh Elokim ata. Now I know that you will fear me. Now that I know that you fear me to the point you're willing to sacrifice everything, now you're going to have a different type of vision. You're going to be able to see different miracles. You're going to be able to see things that are simply not obvious to everybody else. We see the same concept in the world today where people tell their stories of how they survived this horrible, atrocious situation. This one woman is in the house with a couple of little kids. She hears the bombs. She looks out the window. She sees Hamas. Dozens of them. Like cockroaches and rats. And they're with weapons. And it's almost like they're drooling blood. They're looking to kill. They're not even looking to do what the ultimate mission was. The ultimate mission was very different than what actually happened. The ultimate mission was supposed to be, together with Hezbollah, together with Iran, together with several different teams from different parts of the country, to attack in multiple places at the same time and conquer all of Eretz Yisrael in one day. That was the real plan. They were supposed to go, make a base, a line, separating the middle of Eretz Yisrael from the complete bottom half. Conquer that entire area and then over time do whatever they want. Hezbollah was supposed to do the same thing on the top part. Leave the middle of Eretz Yisrael completely in a situation that you don't want to be in. And then of course the other terrorists from the West Bank, where we are, different parts, they're everywhere. That's what was supposed to be the plan. But these rats, monsters, so hungry for blood, they forgot the mission. They forgot the mission. They just focused on killing people in the most gruesome ways. It wasn't enough to just shoot somebody and kill them. They did the most vile things known to man. They got permissions and even support from their so-called religious leaders to kill as many as possible, but not in a regular way, in the gruesome way, chopping off heads, ripping stomachs open, raping the women after they kill them, cutting their bodies while they're raping them. Horrible, horrific things that the world doesn't even know what to do with. Even the scariest movies don't have such violence. But that's what they spent their time doing. And this poor woman sees these monsters outside of her door. She's not religious. She has a couple of kids in her house. Little tiny kids. We're not even talking about teenagers. Little kids. 4 or 5 years old. She takes knives from the kitchen. She gives it to the kids. She gives the little kid, take a knife. Here, take a knife. She has 2 knives in her hands. She looks out the window again. The terrorists are literally right outside the door. They're coming. The moment of truth, she tells a story. I heard this directly from her. She says, I looked up at Shamayim. I said, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, I promise you, from now on, I'm going to keep Shabbat. I'm going to make the Shabbat holy. And she says, I'm alive to tell you, as soon as I said this, literally for no reason whatsoever, the terrorists, the monsters, the Satan's children, turn around and leave. They go to the next door houses, they go everywhere else. They didn't decide, we're going to become righteous people now. No, they went killing. They just passed the house. Just like a Kadosh Baruch Hu past Am Yisrael's houses during the plague of the firstborn. If you are willing to keep Torah and mitzvot, you're willing to accept the Torah in Egypt, that means you survived the plague of darkness. If you didn't want to keep Torah and mitzvot, you didn't want to go to Mount Sinai, HaKadosh Baruch Hu killed you in the plague of darkness. But then after that, there was another test. The firstborn, that was the last plague. You want to survive, you have to put the blood of a lamb. Which lamb? The same lamb you slaughtered in front of the Egyptians. That was their God. He said, go take this lamb, tie him to the bed for a few days. What few days? He's going to scream. Yeah, exactly, Hashem says. What do you mean? Scream. The Egyptians are going to come. Yeah, exactly, Hashem says. What do you mean? They're going to come. They're going to see, what are you doing with my God? Hashem says, yeah, exactly. That's exactly it, yeah. And then they're going to tell me, what do you mean? What am I doing with your God? I'm about to slaughter him. Hashem says, perfect. That's that. Moshe Rabbeinu says to Hashem, no, they're not going to do that. They're already scared of the Egyptians. You're telling me you're going to tell every single Jewish guy, every single Jewish girl, every single Jewish family, they have to take the idol worship of the Egyptians, tie it to a bed, make sure it makes a lot of noise for several days. Not just 5 minutes, close him in the closet, hide it so nobody sees. No, make sure he makes a lot of noise. Don't tie his mouth. Let him make the noise. Let the Egyptians come, and when they come, tell him, yeah, you see your God? I'm going to eat him in a few days. Barbecue. You're invited to watch. Moshe Rabbeinu says they're not going to do it. HaKadosh Baruch Hu says to Moshe, I swear on my name, if they don't do it, they will never leave Egypt. They will never leave Egypt. After they do it, miraculously they don't get killed because the Egyptians were so scared at this point. They were so shocked at what just happened. Where the blood from the slaughter, they put on their doors. They put on their doors. So when HaKadosh Baruch Hu came and killed the firstborn, he knew exactly who is very proud of his Judaism. Why? Because he publicized it.
I've heard enough. New and rival screams echoing through the hallway to know that this ain't good. Once they pass them through the infierno, they don't come back. It's enough to make you go crazy.
Do not think we fear you, Spirit. We know your power is born of evil. This is your last night in the land of the living. You understand me, malevolent demon?
Go within. Just know, once you cross that threshold, there is only one way
There was a rich family that lived here called the Hetheringtons, and unfortunately, their daughter passed away of a heart attack inside the house. Basically, they were so devastated that they reached out to people claiming to be psychic mediums. They actually weren't psychic mediums. They opened up a total of 11 portals inside this house and invited spirits and entities from all different kinds of dimensions.
Well, I think there are certain pieces of evidence that there is an afterlife.
Resurrection of the dead is affirmed pretty clearly in the Talmud and the Midrash.
To be honest with you, to give this lecture is a nightmare. If it was up to me, I wouldn't do it. There's going to be some graphic details.
This place is a maze.
That person after death went to a place called Sheol.
This is by far the largest near-death experience study that has ever been conducted.
People go to a place and they experience weird things. And sometimes they actually will see a character of some type. Well, where did that come from?
I don't know why that one chain is swinging back there.
They may describe feeling profoundly peaceful, seeing a bright, warm, welcoming light. Some people describe watching doctors and nurses working on them with incredible accuracy.
Next thing I knew, I was above my body watching the operation.
How long did you feel like you were gone?
I went to a place of timelessness. And so what that means, it could have been a second, could have been 5 minutes. I don't know.
Can you imagine waking up from your sleep and not being able to move?
As I'm lying there, I realized that there's an evil presence next to me.
Do you believe that angels, demons exist?
Holy dude, get out of here! Oh my god, dude!
Strange things keep happening. Bizarre nightmares, as if I'm on fire.
Whoa, what the hell is this? Man, I've got bad chest pain.
Satan's Hollow is what it's called, the portal to hell.
Some people calling it an eye of fire, while others said it looked like the portal to hell opening up.
And the next thing I know, I was outside of my body, looking at my body.
What I'm going to do is called claromancy, the art of throwing lots or throwing bones.
2,000 years of experience, passed down, recorded, of how demons work.
God has them all on a leash, and he lets the leash go enough to let them tempt us, because that's what makes us spiritually stronger.
I'm trying to be as graphic as possible so you understand what we're talking about.
It's your ticket to reality. It's your ticket to freedom. It's your ticket to immortality.
Is there an afterlife? Is there a
This
God?
is the type of information that can keep you away from the Yetzirah.
What happens to us after we die?